What's going on, guys? Horace back here again with our second pool game for the NPL. Last time we beat Mega Oshwa, putting ourselves at a solid 1-0 plus 3 start. And as I noted in that video, what we need to do is go 2-2 in our next few games to be able to move on and hit bracket play, which is my real goal here. So our next game is versus our opponent called Nacho. So at the point of this game, Nacho was 0-2. That is no reason to sleep on him because his team actually has an insane matchup against our team. And this is going to be a really, really tough game for me to win, just based off the sheer, just the hard time I have hitting his team. If we look at his actual team, he has Tapu Koko, which my team does not handle extremely well. My best track to that really is Nihilego. But other than that, Tapu Koko is just doing a lot. And most importantly, it's a good way for him to stop Weavile, which is not good for me. He has a Weavile himself, who puts in a lot of work for my team, which basically renders Landorus useless. It also hits Slowking extremely hard in Serena. But most importantly, he is Metacham. And let's just say Ice Punch plus like high jump kick, fake out, and that's really all he needs. Maybe he can run like Zen Headbutt, just bodies my whole team. And it's extremely hard for me to deal with Mega Metacham, and that's going to be a huge threat to mine, which it's going to take a lot to deal with. And as you're going to see, I need to run specific sets just to beat that one Mon. Next, he has Heatran. Heatran's a scary Mon, but at the same time, I didn't really expect Heatran to come to this game, just because I have Zard, who's able to check it pretty well with Earthquake. I have Landorus, who checks it really well. So I was not really expecting that. He has Tangrowth, who's hard for me to break through, but I have things like Nihilego and Rabombi. Aerodactyl was a huge threat to me. I was really scared of it because it's able to outspeed my Weavile and my Charizard and kill both of them, one-shot them. So I was extremely scared about that. I was thinking of bringing a Slowking to wall that and to wall Metacham. Ditto was also extremely scary because my only way to win this game is to set up on him, and then once I'm set up, Mons like Charizard can win for sure. Like Charizard has a phenomenal matchup here, can definitely win, but I need to get set up to win. And the idea is something like Ditto just means that if I set up, it doesn't mean anything. And it scared me because it was making me think like I probably shouldn't run Dragon Claw on Charizard because I didn't want Ditto to come in and kill me. Like especially like I was very, very scared of what Ditto could do in this game. Ditto was one of the mons I was most scared about. Sand Slash, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't very scared about. I didn't think Sand Slash was coming to this game. Tyrantrum's scary, but there's ways for me to deal with it. Charizard outspeeds it. Landorus is able to kill it. Weavile does a lot. Metagross does a lot. And then Ariados, all it really does is add the scare of webs. I was not too scared of webs here because my team was already generally faster than his, and I mean, in a lot of my mons were slow though, so I didn't really expect webs to come to this game. So when I was looking at the team I was actually going to end up building, my first thought was I need to bring Charizard here, right? Because Charizard is really the only real way I win this game. I need to bring Charizard. I need to be able to set up, and if I'm able to do that, I can win. I brought Earthquake because Earthquake is really my only way to touch Heatran. Other than that, I don't touch Heatran. But other than that, Flare Blitz allows me to really kill everything. I'm hoping he doesn't bring Ditto, because then Charizard really has a free time setting up and winning. But yeah, it's really, really scary here. I need to make sure that this thing is able to set up. But the thing is, if I do set up, I can very much win. So Charizard is one of the ways I'm going to try to come back from this deficit in team matchup. Landorus is another way. As I said earlier, the only real way I can win this game is by setting up on him. Earth Power plus Sledge Wave really allows me to hit him extremely hard. Earth Power with a few Calm Minds up, with one or two. I think one hit KOs everything except Tangrowth, which isn't really a problem because then I have Sludge Wave for that. So that's the whole thought process between Landorus. Similar to last game, I'm running Calm Mind and Rock Polish because the Rock Polish allows me, once I have one Rock Polish up, to outspeed everything on his team, including Tapu Koko, which is really, really nice. But also I can set up Calm Minds mid-game and just start breaking things. So ideally, to win with Landorus, I'd have to set up a Calm Mind and a Rock Polish to be able to just kill everything and outspeed it, but that's probably not going to happen, but I'm just trying to break again with this Landorus like I was trying to do last game. Next is a really, really important set here. I'm bringing Girder. Girder is here really for one reason, and one reason only, and that's to check the Weavile. I need to make sure Weavile's not a threat to me because Weavile hits everything extremely hard. I knew if I was bringing Landorus, I had to have it safe switching. I can always bring it on Weavile. Girder, the Mach Punch is enough to be able to guarantee kill him. drain punches for everything else, and knock off and poison jab. I put enough defense to be able to chew hits from Weavile. I ran enough attack to be able to kill the Weavile with Mach Punch, and I input the rest in special defense. This Mon can also wall a physical Tapu Koko, which is honestly what I expected in this game, because I felt he already had things like Heatran and Tangrowth that were for sure going to come as defensive, as especially offensive. Medicham's always a threat. There's nothing Gerder can really do to that, but I thought Gerder would be a solid set here. I didn't want to run bulk up because I was scared of the Ditto coming in, but yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about the set. It's also a nice way to beat Tangrowth with Poison Jab, and it hits really hard and it's able to bulk hits really well. Nihilego was really, really important here. I wanted to run a Scarf set because with Scarf, I'm able to accurately check Tapu Koko. I missed what I was supposed to do with this Mon. Originally, I was meant to get rid of Power Gem and replace that with Thunderbolt and then run Hidden Powered Ground. But I was building this team right before the game and I misclicked, and therefore I didn't have Hidden Powered Ground, which was a big problem on my part. If I had that, that would have helped a lot during the game, but that's basically what's happening. This is also a way for me to beat Tangrowth, which is the main reason here. And especially, I was running Dazzling Gleam, because then I'm able to outspeed Medicham and Weavile and able to deal massive damage to that. My Weavile is here for really one reason, and that's to try and get damage on everything, because it's mostly faster than everything except Tapu Koko. I did not think he'd be going max speed to Weavile just based off the team he has, so I put enough speed to try and outspeed his Weavile, and more importantly, to try and outspeed his Medicham. Icicle Crasher knockoff can hit that Medicham really hard, and that's the main idea for that. When I'm looking at Serena, the main reason I'm running the Serena set is I want to make sure that I'm Choice Scarf, so I'm able to hit things like Tapu Koko and Medicham. Really, my only way to deal with Medicham is to try and run monster faster than it and hit it, so that Play Rough is going to be really, really crucial and able to hit him extremely hard. Also, I have Queenly Majesty, which might be able to catch him with Fake Outs to make sure those can't hit me. So that was my real thought process going into the game, and now we can actually go into the literal game and see what happened. I'm really going to be relying on my two Scarfers here to make sure that I can check things like Medicham and Tapu Koko, because that's really my only way with getting those two out of the way, being able to either set up with Landorus or Charizard and win the game. So that's going to be my main idea here. I'm going to use my Scarfers to beat down the fast Mons on his team, and then set up with Charizard or Landorus and attempt to win. So looking at team matchup, I was a little shocked about what I saw here. Because I was really expecting to see Ditto. The fact that he didn't bring Ditto is amazing for me. It allows me to more freely set up. As I said earlier, the way I'm going to win this game is by setting up. So I was really, really happy with the fact that Ditto didn't come. I was also really surprised Aerodactyl didn't come, as I thought Aerodactyl, if you just look at team matchup, it has the moves to hit everything on my team super effective. With Stone Edge, like Ice Fang, Aerial Ace, and Earthquake, that just hits everything on my team super effective. So I was thrilled he didn't bring that. Looking at team matchup, Serena is able to outspeed everything on his team and able to hit everything really hard except Tangrowth, and I'm able to just... Am I running U-turn? Yeah, I'm able to just U-turn out on Tangrowth. So that was the thought process here. I'm going to put it on slow, and I lead Serena. He leads Medicham. Perfect scenario here. I'm going right for my Play Rough. He goes for Fake Out, as you can see. My Queenly Majesty activates, and I'm able to hit this man with a Play Rough. I'm so thankful for that. He's going to drop down to 15%, and that was amazing for me. I really needed that to start the game, because that means that Medicham is much less of a threat. And the great thing about him using Fake Out there is I have not revealed I'm Scarf yet. And he's able to hit me really, really hard with any of his moves, so I'm just going to stay in here and go for another Play Rough, which is going to be great. But I miss. And then he goes for Drain Punch and gains back everything. That was a huge turn in the game. If my Play Rough had landed, I would have killed his Medicham, and that is undeniably huge. And then he probably would have gone to Heatran, but I have reliable ways to deal with that. It was extremely unfortunate that my Play Rough missed right there, but that's what happens in the game. I had to deal with it. That's going to be a common theme you see in this game. I get hacked a lot, but that's how the cookie crumbles. And I mean, I wasn't thrilled about it, but that's what ends up happening. So I missed my Play Rough. He goes into Heatran here. I just went for the safe Play Rough again. I don't really know why. I guess I was a little frazzled, and I was like, maybe he'll just stay in and let me kill the Medicham. Of course he wasn't going to. But I really should have taken advantage there and switched into either my Charizard or Landorus because I knew he wasn't staying in. But he ends up doing that. I'm forced to switch at this point. Uh, and I go right into Charizard. And at this point, I'm kind of regretting not bringing Slowking. Slowking was originally on this team, but I switched it out last minute for Serena because I wanted a fast Scarfer. But without Slowking here, I have minimal ways to check Heatran and Slowking. And he sets up Rocks here, which is bad for my team because Rocks hit everything extremely hard, especially my two win cons. And at this point, I'm thinking there's no way he stays in because excuse me, I should be faster than him. He's going to think I'm going to click Earthquake. He should switch out. So I'm going to Mega Evolve here. He doesn't switch out, and he clicks Earth Power. He crits me, and I die. Okay, so that crit mattered. If he hadn't crit me, I would have lived the hit, which is huge. I clicked Dragon Dance that turn, I believe, and then I Earthquaked. I would have Earthquaked next turn. I was shocked by that play. Turns out he was Shuckaberry, and that kind of explains that play, but that crit was still huge. I would have got a lot of damage off on him. Yeah, it was huge. Also, he had a lot of balls there because normally I would be faster than this thing, but I wasn't running that much speed investment. So he was able to take me out, which is a bit of a problem on my part for running a speed investment, but the crit really sucks. At this point, I go Landorus really quickly, right? Because I want him to think that I want him to think that I want him to think I outspeed this thing and I'm about to destroy it. And I don't understand he's Chuckberry at this point because he outsped my. Or actually, you're gonna see right here. I go straight for Earth Power. He goes for Hidden Power Ice, and he kills me. That had a 5% chance to kill me. Yeah, it really sucks. That had a 5% chance to kill me. If I lived that hit, or if Charizard had lived that hit, I would have got huge damage off from this Heatran. I would have killed the Heatran. But now my two win cons are gone, and it's become almost impossible for me to win this game at this point. I have got consistently hacked for 6 turns in a row now, and at this point, I'm really just playing to see if I can try to hack my way back into this game. But it's going to be really, really hard now. I'm going to go straight into my Girder here. It's the only responsible way to get back on this thing. I need to click the safe Drain Punch here. I couldn't afford to click something like Knock Off. At this point, I'm going to click Knock Off. Thankfully, he misses his Toxic, but it doesn't really mean anything because he's just going to eat up that Knock Off very easily. At this point, I'm going to try and pull a switch into Weavile, try to apply some pressure to him. He's going to go for Scald here. Thankfully, he does not get the burn. That means I'm going to be able to fire off a knockoff, and at least it's a 5-0 instead of a 6-0. Yeah, and that thing drops. At this point, he goes to the top of Coco. I know it's faster than me, so I'm going to pivot. I expect he's going to U-turn here, and I think he's physical. Thankfully, he does U-turn, and my Girder is able to eat that up really well. But now he has an absolute free switch into Medicham. Medicham just hits my team extremely hard. At this point, I'm going to go into Serena because I think he's going to go for priority again. He goes for his Zen Headbutt. Thankfully, he misses. At this point, the Tangrowth just walls my Serena. And I went for High Jump Kick here, predicting like the Heatran, but really I have nothing to touch Tangrowth, so I have to switch out here. There's nothing I can really do. He ended up predicting that. I just go for High Jump Kick again to try and get as much damage I can on the Tangrowth. At this point, I'm going back into Girder because I think if he's physical, Girder can wall him. He goes for U-turn again, which is nice for me, but this is just a perpetual cycle that he's going to win. So he goes back into Medicham here. I have no way to really beat Medicham, so I'm just going to... I take the Fake Out first. I'm hoping maybe he doesn't click Fake Out because he thinks Serena's coming in. But now I'm just going to Mach Punch him until I die, which is one Mach Punch because I didn't really have another option. At this point, I don't really have any good plays left, but I'm going Serena because I know I outspeed. And again, I have to try and click a move that will kill this thing. So I go for the Power Whip, but that's doing absolutely nothing to Tangrowth. And I've realized at this point I've lost. There's no way I can really beat Tangrowth, so I just clicked Power Whip again. And with the Rock Slide, he's actually able to kill me. So at this point, I go into, I believe, I go into Weavile, and I need to lock myself into a move at this point. I'm hoping he chokes and goes into Heatran, so I click Low Kick there. I could have clicked Icicle Crash here, but that was just inviting Heatran in, and I would have lost straight off from there. I had to rely, because differential doesn't matter in this tournament, so the only thing I really cared about was trying to win, and the only way I won that game was if he choked and went into Heatran. And at this point, because neither I got critted and the roll in my favor against Heatran, really have no play, and I get absolutely bodied in this game. And because I forgot to put Hidden Power Ground on my Nihilego. So as you can see, GG to Nacho. First of all, like, this was not Nacho's fault. This was the game's fault and my fault. It's very unfortunate that it went this way, but at the same time, I could have played him prep better. Like, it's not just the hacks. It's not like we were on the final turn and then he hacks me and I lost because of that. Like, it just put me really far back from the very beginning. And this is really unfortunate because, as I said, I needed to go 2-2 before, but now I need to go 2-1 against 3 players who are really, really solid, and I'm a little scared about that. But yeah, it's really unfortunate, but I'm hoping we can come back from this. This was a really rough matchup too. I really think we would have won this game if that hack hadn't turned out how it did. But you never know, right? Like, this game could have gone numerous ways. I'm not proud of how I played, but I don't regret what I did in this game, really. The only thing I would redo if I did this game was I'd probably bring Slowking over maybe Nihilego. One of my mons. I would probably bring Slowking over, try and have a better way to check that's Medicham. I remember my original play was I brought Slowking with counter to try and check the Medicham, but the problem was Thunder Punch under Electric Terrain just kills me. So I didn't want to risk that because there's no point clicking counter if he can just kill me. But I'm optimistic. I'm going to try my hardest in these next 3 games. They'll be coming to you shortly. And thank you everyone for watching. I'm sorry I got bodied, but I'm going to be putting everything into it.